Zach, looking ahead to Port Vale away on Saturday, but before we get into that, you came back into the side on Tuesday night and we got that late draw at Leyton Orient. What was your reaction to that?
Yeah, I think it was a tough game. Leyton Orient are a side in the division that have done really, really well. It looks like they've carried on their good form from their promotion season last season. Similarly to Stevenage, who are a bit higher in the table. But yeah, they're a really good side. And we knew it was going to be a really, really tough game. The manager made it clear he didn't want it to have an end of season feel. He wanted it to be competitive. He wanted us to go out with the mentality of getting the 3 points. And yeah, it proved to be a tough game with setbacks that we had to face. We had to show our resilience, and to go 2-0 down, to then come back with the fight that we did and get a 2-2 draw. And I feel like we were on top for large parts of the game. It could have been 3 points, but yeah, loads of positives to take from it.
Like you said, 2-0 down in the 88th minute to then feel, perhaps a little bit hard done by not to have won the game shows what a fantastic ending it was. And it seems there's a real tenacity and resilience about this side at the moment. Yeah,
and I think we've probably built that from the bad run that we had earlier on in the season. That's definitely a positive to take out of that blip that we had. And I think we are a team that's proven really, really tough to beat. And that is something that we will have to take into the season that's upcoming. And if we face a tough period like we did this season, I do feel like we've built the resilience to turn that around a lot sooner. I make that run of bad form a shorter one.
Why do you think that the turning point was this season in terms of, getting back into decent form?
I think Wycombe at home was an important one during a period where all the decisions seemed to be going against you. Teams seemed to be scoring goals that for whatever reason we didn't seem to score. Balls falling in really bad areas against us. To be given a penalty against us so late and for Ville to pull off that save to ensure that we got the result was massive. And then I think Stevenage away, I think that was a massive turning point for us as well, to again face a bit of adversity, go down to 10 men so early on in the game, and then have to come out in the second half a man down against a team that were high flying at the time, well in the playoffs. It could be a daunting task, but we came out and we showed magnificent fight, nicked a goal early on, and we were still in the game, even a man light for large parts of the game. So I think that was an important moment to show the fans that every single one of the boys in that dressing room was still fighting for the manager, even though there would have been a small minority that would have been doubting that. I feel like that was a big moment to show that wasn't the case.
Obviously, you came back into the side on Tuesday after suspension. Those 3 games that you weren't in the side, what did you make of particularly your defensive colleagues in those 3 games?
I feel like everyone that slotted in came into the team seamlessly. Al, when he came in against Cheltenham, against who was the last game at home? Stevenage at home. Yeah, I felt he was magnificent again. And then Ben going in at left side of centre half against Charlton, nicking himself a goal. I feel like it just shows the strength and depth that we've got this year. And well, now after coming out of January with the recruitment that we've done, we've got some quality players that can slot in if needed, which is great for the manager. It's a great headache for the manager to have. And it's a change considering where we were before January, how light we were. Injuries just seem to keep piling up. I think Mick was pulling his hair out with that injury list and stuff. So yeah, it's been good to see the squad being bolstered and whatnot. Yeah.
On to Saturday then, away to Port Vale. Very similar situation to last week, really. We face a side like Cheltenham who are fighting for their lives in the bottom four. Would you expect it to be a similar kind of game to that one, quite scrappy, the home team, doing everything they can, like I said, fighting for their lives?
Yeah, it'll be tough. I remember when we played Fleetwood at home. They're right down there, and that proved to be a really, really difficult game. First half, we were dominant for pretty much all of it. Second half, they made some changes, and it proved to be a really, really, really tough game. And I think we were lucky to get away with a draw in the end. So we need to be ready. Port Vale, they're fighting for their lives. They want to stay in the division. I always say when I speak to you guys, there's no game in this league that's easy. But we need to make sure that we turn up prepared. And if we do that, then I'm sure we can come away with 3 points.
I think whoever we speak to before we play Port Vale away from home it's brought up the size of the pitch at Vale Park. I think it's one of the biggest pitches in the league. How do you think that can play into our hands?
With the way that we play and dominating the ball, it's just about making them run. If we take up the positions that the manager sets us out to take up on the training pitch, we can cause them massive problems. And hopefully it leads them to doing a lot more running than us. But yeah, if we get caught into that 50-50 game and it gets a bit scrappy, then it's going to be a long afternoon, and we're going to have to do a lot more running than we would want to. But yeah, as I said, we focus on our game and whatnot. I feel like we'll come away with the 3 points and have a happy journey home.
Cheers, Zach.
Thank you.